Hello and welcome back to French 3. It's been great seeing your students here in the last couple of weeks. I'll go over the syllabus with you tonight, where to find information in Schoology, and then the proficiency levels, which show where we're trying to get to by the end of French 3. The syllabus can be found in the first week's folder in Schoology. By the end of French 3, students will be able to speak, listen, read, and write at an intermediate, mid to intermediate high level of proficiency. And the topics that they'll be able to communicate regarding are daily life, technology, well-being, work, and the environment, in addition to all of those topics that we learned in French 1 and 2. And of course, we'll also be learning culture. This year, we'll expand our knowledge of the Francophone world to Francophone Africa. Throughout the year, of course, we'll be taking tests and quizzes, but we'll also continue to do the IPAs, or Integrated Performance Assessments, which measure how the progress that your student is making in their proficiency in these skills. The lesson calendar here, which is subject to change based on the pace of the individual class, will be based off of the D'accord Level 2 book, which you may recognize from last year. Students will also need a notebook, a pen or pencil, and of course, when we return, a charged iPad. For the most part, I provide notes in the Schoology folders, but there will be times when students will want to take additional notes on their own. The grading is different than it was this year, than it was in French 1 and 2. I only have 2 categories this year in Schoology, one called formative and one called summative. Formative refers to all of those assignments that we do to practice French, such as homework, classwork, discussions, and projects. And the other is summative, which are those things that we do to prove what we've learned, like tests and quizzes. These categories are not weighted, and I'll be using a total point system this year. There are additional notes for your student in the syllabus regarding participation and homework, late work policies, and other things. But I would like to call your attention to this section, which of course encourages your student to ask for help when needed, which they can do during their open period before or after school if we'll return to campus, or digitally at any time via email or Zoom. Let's take a look at the proficiency levels, the guidelines I talked about earlier. And so at the end of last year, students were given an Apple assessment, which gave us an end of the year snapshot of where they were on this scale. And if your student hasn't shared that with you, you can ask them, or you can email me and I can share with you their score. Students last year, by and large, were at a novice high, like intermediate range. And this year we're trying to get even further in that intermediate range to get towards this advanced range as much as we possibly can. The end of 4 years of French here at Seabury, most students can achieve a level of intermediate, mid to high, and even into the advanced range, which can help them to earn the seal of biliteracy at the end of their senior year. To achieve the gold standard, they need to place at an intermediate 4 or 5 in all 4 skills. And for a platinum rating, it would be an advanced level in all 4 skills. So what we're trying to do right now in intermediate is to create with language, ask and answer simple questions on familiar topics, and handle a simple situation or transaction. So our goal for the year is to constantly be mindful of our proficiency and moving up in the levels. I'd also like to show you where to find information in Schoology for this class. So of course you'll go on to the French 3 course. And I'm using the browser version of Schoology. The app will look slightly different, but all of the information will still be there. If I click on this week's folder, for example, I'm going to see several things. A reflexive verb video where I go over reflexive verb, I give an explanation in a video for students to watch, as well as notes, a worksheet, and any other homework that's due. I'll continue to update these folders throughout the year, and this will be your go-to place to find any information. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited to see all of your students. and I think we're off to a good start. Have a good day.